something that alleviates the pressure, right? You need to cover and move, sort of scorched earth, where this Gambit lineup will just run at you. You need to slow them down until you get to an advantageous position and turn it around on a choke point with the big AoE combo of the ET, the Axe, Ember Slight, ball forwards. I really think you've got to get something like a Venno archetype, something that allows you to extend the duration of these fights. Because if you allow TA Ursa to just pop somebody, there's going to be another bonus kill, and then as you said, Roche becomes available. If the Desert's up, towers will start to fall, and they're going to have plenty of sustain thanks to the Omni.
These two heroes, both supports, don't have any kind of escape mechanism. Disruptor's Glimpse is kind of partial once either Ursa or TA goes on you. But they're pretty much free kill, and there's no kind of save. Here it comes again. They figured out the meta. Pick TB, use meta.
It's better in this game for sure. There's no true counter to the TB. At the same time, you got run over in the previous game. There's an even faster lineup on the side of Gambit up.
Well, I will say...
We were talking about being stubborn as captains. If Duster thinks that's the hero to go for, like this is his chance to show it. Maybe the carry player just said, pick it one more time. I want to redeem myself.
But it's like there's an old saying, the don't think Roddy, right? You can't just think with a results-oriented brain, right? You actually need to maybe think about what you saw in practice. Maybe think about the matchup. Because if you play scared just because TB looked bad in the last game and you don't use it at all, you might be closing down the right line of play. So do you think if you can just take out the last performance with TB.
Yeah.
If you can just take that out, do you like it as a pick?
I do, actually. I think that if you get to the second, third item, you become nigh unstoppable. If you get up to a point, I actually think a Manta Diffusal game could be really nice, because Ursa, you kill his mana, you really kill the hero's ability to deal damage in fights. You just need to find ways to deal with the burst. You got to live for the first 5 seconds of the fight. Any engagement that goes over 10 and all Furious heroes are still alive, they're going to be able to take that, but it's outlasting the burst. Don't feed immediately.
Takes a little bit of chutzpah to lock in a player, though, that you just had a bad performance on. So we definitely are going to see the upside and the downside to potentially locking in that TB. We like Furious Draft a lot, is what I'm hearing from you guys.
Much better than what they had in game number 1. They have heroes that can take a fight pretty much at every stage of the game. I think the most important one will be post 10-minute mark, because they have Ursa and TA. If they get the first Roche, Gambit will build up the advantage and try to end the game around the second Roche, where it does Cheers and Aegis and just controlling the outposts. It's pretty simple Dota from Gambit.
Okay, so simple Dota from Gambit. So they have that ease of execution as well, you think here?
You got to shove lanes as Furia. Make Gambit play on their side of the map. The moment they get into your jungle, the further into the enemy side you get, the smaller the map is. You can cut across lanes far faster. You got to keep them on their turf. Don't let them cross the river.
All right. Well, we now have both of our teams with their picks. We have all of our analysts looking incredible with makeup. So it's time to jump over to two people that definitely need a whole lot of makeup, Toby and Sint.
You can't destroy red hair with makeup. I'm sorry, that doesn't work that way. But
you do need a lot of makeup, though.
Yeah, at the same time, like if you look a little closer at Rich's face, like watch that hairline. Just watch it move back a little bit further. Love you, Rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about Dota, because that's actually what we came here for. Like we don't care about this crap that Rich is just like throwing out in the panel.
Stop derailing it, Rich.
Yeah.
This is really...
Yeah. Like
you're not taking it seriously enough.
If at first you don't succeed, draft a TB and try again. That's what we're doing right now.
I like that Aaliyah reference. I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's a really good song. Yeah. It's actually in my playlist.
There's a lot of songs in my playlist. That's like saying every hero is in my playlist. It's just like, it's all the draft screen.
So I'm pretty much with the panel on this one. I like Furia's chances better in this game. I think they have a better chance at fighting. And perhaps the thing they revised after the last game was that they were like, well, we kind of wanted to fight, our Terrorblade didn't want to join, and maybe Terrorblade was telling them, guys, we can't fight, you're not strong enough. So this time they're like, okay, let's pick some stronger fighting heroes and still get this last pick Terrorblade because he likes the matchup. And probably has a better game overall. The slightly dangerous thing for TB in this game is a tiny burst. But because tinies now generally go 1-1-4, it takes a lot longer before you have that avalanche toss threat that really just blows Terrorblade to pieces. So should be interesting to see here.
Yep.
Nice first wave here from Murdoch, by the way, pushing all the way into the tower, taking half of GPK's health. He got 3 out of 4 CS. And of course, TA will be hard-pressed to get these creeps.
Really feels like, too, like Murdoch needs a good start to this game. Like, unlike last one, where it's like, okay, maybe it's mediocre, but it's the movement. Like we saw Miracle really perform on the Ember Spirit in the earlier game today. It feels like the same type of thing needs to happen.
And this is a good Ember game. There's literally, well, there are technically two things that stop him if you count Sinister Gaze, but outside of that, it's a tiny Avatos. You have free mobility, you're super good against a lot of these heroes in terms of just avoiding them, so I kind of like their chances.
It also feels like they're a lot more active in their lanes. Like it's not just in a bad news going to run at you. Like this is Duster. He punishes a retreat. They do a lot of range early damage as well. And NSR, as long as he stays in front of, like in the face of Dream, like getting rid of that battle hunger is going to be a real problem.
Yeah. And I think this is also Duster's best hero, probably. Something tells me he used to play this a lot when he played with Pain. There's just something about Duster and Disruptor that rings a bell for me. So I'm pretty convinced about that. Also, this bottom lane, Elder Titan is smacking Omni. Get out of there. Omni has 0 CS to the 10 of Terrorblade, so big lane win for FURIA down there.
Does it really just feel like Gambit's 3 position is just the receiver of death? Duster. Oh, this is a good wall.
Nice
If he can just
block.
make the distance and Dream. He can't get the last attack. NSR needs to keep him away. Back to the safety of the tier 1 tower, and the Salve does trigger.
That was nice from NSR. Very good.
Yeah, poor Shashlo. Like, seriously, like, when are they ever going to give him a lane where Terrorblade is properly threatened? At least on this side, like, they can drag the wave back, so it's not just always pushing in thanks to the Iron Shell, so Terrorblade has to be a little closer to peril. But do you really have that as well if you're Gambit? Like, how long until you even think about your own rotations?
Oh yeah, wait, why was I talking about Tiny? He's a 4. I was talking about him going 1-1-4. Don't worry, guys, he's not going to go 1-1-4 as a support. He will go 4-4-0. So there will be kill threat on Terrorblade, but it's still, again, it's a support, so it's not the same as you're used to seeing with the old mid-Tiny going 4-4-0 and just starting to blast Terrorblade around the map.
Feels like Tiny can also just get very quickly, like, okay, well, there's your toss back, but...
Yeah, but into
like,
what?
yeah, you put down the Spirit and he's like, plus 52, goodbye Courier straight away.
I'm surprised he isn't hitting Tiny back a little bit there. Could have gone for a swing or two. Murdoch dropping low in mid. Doesn't seem like he has a courier that he's using. Is he going to walk back to base?
He was thinking about it. He has a bottle, but he has to wait an extra 40 seconds for it. But at least he's got...
long time for the rune.
Okay, and he just lost one of his Observer wards. That will be good.
First blood.
Got him. Blood.
This is
Really?
generally the outcome of Ursa against Axe lanes, is that Axe is nice in the start, and then Ursa hits level 3 or 4, and then it gets bad. Oh, this is a really good rotation. Didn't toss him back, though.
Tossed him on the spot.
What?
Well,
okay.
Maybe it was slightly out of range. Then again, toss range always appears to be so much bigger.
It got nerfed. That's
did?
true. Yeah, toss has 1k range level 1 instead of 1300, right? Wasn't that one of the tiny nerfs this patch? It's very new. It's like 2 days old. So
Give me a
that's why
second.
I'm not positive.
I'm going to consult the Book of Elements.
Yeah, there it is. Cast range 1k, and it used to be 1300. So, yeah, that probably was that, actually. It was probably out of range.
And that probably felt very normal for him in the past.
Oh, Duster died top, and I think NSR's in trouble too. Dream is going hard right now. Oh, this Lich Ursuline is so strong against this Axe. He's
gonna go under the tower, not even required.
So now this lane is over. In the first 2 lanes, Axe can play it. These 3 kills, lane over. You need to rethink how you approach this. Pull waves, stack camps, whatever it takes to get Axe some other way to play.
Bottom lane, I think they're having some fun too. No. They need more damage output. But then again, like, where is this Metamorphosis trigger to bring in the damage from Heiko and force Shashlo out of the lane?
He's smacking him. Doing what he can. Shashlo has mangoes though, so no problem. He can get mana whenever he wants.
But now Gambit have 3 heroes up on top. Almost looks like they're looking for a wrap around. Like, obviously, it's around the 5-minute bounty rune mark. So it's all for this.
2 for 2.
And then NSR wants to do something at least about the Lich's life.
The Axe is being out-leveled by Lich by not that much, but still, you hate to see it.
Yeah, it's problematic to say the least.
It's not a good stomp.
And is well off target. And now FNG, well, the wall is up, the call, and just a couple of extra spins, tossing in the Disruptor. Duster will end up in the Avalanche. Both of the heroes of FURIA finding themselves in way too deep. And both will find themselves very, very dead. Duster just needs one more jump from Dream. Now dominating on that Ursa.
And just the first 2 minutes, things were looking pretty good for FURIA, and then all hell broke loose top. And now they're kind of struggling because Omni Knight has reached a point where he can hold his own now, and that's what freed up the Tiny to make this rotation. Loving that movement from Excess Vampire, by the way. Don't stay bottom. Your Omni's fine. He'll get what he needs. He got the first few levels. That's the real breaking point for offlane Omni. Once you're 5, or even 4 in this case, just stand there, hit creeps.
Love how they're keeping the catapult alive on the bottom lane. So if you can bring the TB up, take an objective. Like that was one of the things the panel was saying. Like, okay, well, game 2, what are you going to do this time? Try a different item build, maybe add a little bit more pressure early on.
Oh boy.
Nice toss back, and at least Dustin will get the wall up, but that won't matter. Dream just able to pound straight over it and then move himself over to NSR. The call is up. Give that a little extra protection, but you can see Excess Vampire thinking about another toss back, but it cannot get in range.
Somebody has to relieve pressure. Like you can't accept this as FURIA, in my opinion, that your Axe and your Disruptor lane's just getting murdered like this. It's kind of last game all over again. Terrorblade is farming, great, right? But what else are you accomplishing? The TA is free farming, Ember is in mid. Look at the CS in the mid lane, 43-14 against 26-1. Ember has not made a rotation yet, has not helped any of the side lanes. You know, something's got to give, right? You can't just sit around forever.
You really can't. I still cannot believe that Tier 1 tower is not dead on bottom lane when they kept the catapult away, like alive for 2 waves. Terrorblade was back in the lane. They weren't pushing it out, and when it did push out, he went into the jungle.
Yeah.
So that's why your CS can look good, but your net worth's not really going to probably reflect the same type of thing. And Chargelo,
he's level 6 now.
at least the Stomp's going to work, and well, there goes your Metamorphosis. Chargelo just GAs. All that physical damage just goes to waste. They waited so long. He's already hit level 6. He only just hit 6 on that. And goodbye to NSR.
I honestly don't even think he needed to ulti there. I think he could have just healed and run away. But plays it very safe with the GA. And he traded that for a Metamorphosis. That's fine. Honestly, Metamorphosis is a bigger spell at this point in the game.
And then the rotation to the top lane just got scouted out. They had Deep Observer Ward, so there's a Radiant Obs and a Dire Sentry Ward, both on top of that top Radiant Shrine. I say top, the only Radiant Shrine. So they just see the entire movement coming. Oh, we have ourselves a replay. This is that death up on top lane.
I think he's going to die to Ursa. Yes.
Great, Sin. You're never wrong. And I'm going to say NSR doesn't actually die here.
Nope. This is a different clip. This is live, Toby. It's not the same thing.
That means it's actually a skill level up to predict live.
I kind of feel like I'm watching the same game as game 1. I'm not going to lie. Terrorblade top net worth. He's having a great time, but the guy he's laning against is also getting a lot of farm this game. GPK is once again winning mid lane handily. And, well, actually, no. Dream's game is better than last time. If anything, that's the biggest change. The Ursa is actually having a good time compared to that of the Bloodseeker in the previous one. So I think Gambit are feeling very comfortable and confident in their game right now.
So maybe, like, we think about the mid. Like, we think about the Ember Spirit's presence. Like, does the Ember Spirit, is he able to enable the Terrorblade? Like, obviously, like, there still is a prerequisite on the Terrorblade arriving. He needs to be there. But maybe there's enough that can come out from this Ember Spirit to work with the Disruptor. Maybe once Disruptor's level 6 as well, this could change around a little bit more.
Still,
it's slow though.
I have the feeling of that, you know, that meme with the guy with the stick that's just poking something on the ground. He's like, do something. I'm feeling that way right now. Yes!
Hey,
Let's
doing
go!
something! FNG!
Has died.
That's rip.
Mr. Murdoch, okay. It's something. It's not the best kill, but it's movement, right?
The Tier 1 tower, though, is taking all the damage on bottom lane because no one is there apart from, like, the Omni who was pushing it in.
And Terrorblade has run all the way to the left side of the map and is farming that camp now. This is the, like, the big difference.
Is someone going to go bottom then?
The big difference that happens if Ember makes moves, even if they're not perfect, just shake up the status quo a little.
Oh, this is what they wanted. They wanted the 10-minute fight.
Oh, that's a very good
Dream
chain
is run in, but my God, Murdoch and Duster! He's going to jump up in the chain frost from FNG, just follows. At least Dream does die. But Heiko, for all that damage he's got, he doesn't have the life to sustain against these other 3 heroes. And now both of the outposts are going to go the way of Gambit because...
All right, never mind. Don't make moves. You know, that didn't work either.
You know, what's the phrase? Like, it's not your first rodeo, like kind of thing. Like, but it feels like this is the repeat bucking.
It really does. They have. it's a snowball effect, right? Lich is level 6 and Disruptor isn't. Ember is showing up here now at this point, but the damage is already done. Lich and Ursa's games are incredible.
Yeah.
So Lich has all of this stuff in the tank for this outpost fight, and Ember's like, I'm strong, which he is. But you know, the difference is just that the enemy team has more strong heroes that showed up, and
I just don't.
it's pretty straightforward.
I just don't totally get this. Like, if it's an anti-mage and he's farming a Battle Fury, like these heroes that require items before they can fight. Like, but is Terrorblade actually in that position? Like, is he really that weak in the first 10 minutes?
It's pretty rough this game because of how farmed Lich is.
And here we go again. But you can't, like, again, like, just leaving people out to dry. The ET's going to TP in underneath the tower. Maybe there's a glimpse back from Dust that could help out. Terrorblade, he's here, and well, his illusions are here. The Rain Hero is waiting in the tree lines. The Nexus Vampire is going to continue to walk further north. Dream, ready to jump. He's going to go right onto a Piker. There's a pretty hard target to bring down, but then again, this is an Ursa. Enrages, keeps the battle going, and now NSR can at least draw him back up to the tier 1 tower, but the creep wave is there, and Dream is a double kill. And Terrorblade is, I don't know. He's there to catch the Chain Frost. Duster puts the wall up. FNG, you're at least going to get some extra control, so Murdoch was able to find this kill. Ember Spirit getting involved.
Radiant structures are fortified.
This feels so fearful.
And the big winner in all of this is TA, because TA is not getting involved, and I think that's the right choice. These two mid heroes are very different in style. Ember, you want to get the levels, and you want to help your side lanes snowball the game. TA, you want to mind your own business for at least generally 15 minutes, so you have Deso and Dagger if it's an awesome game, which looks like that will be the timing here.
Yep.
For GPK. So GPK is playing according to script. I would have loved to see more movement from the Ember. I really would. Or some sort of just plan of putting pressure somewhere, right?
But where was it meant to come? Like, it's not like they're trying to set up for something. They're not pressuring Gambit to react to anything. Like, there's no pressure on the tier 1 towers. There's no movement from the supports. ET was zoning out a little bit, but unless you add the pressure, Disruptor can't feel like he can do anything in the early game either. Like, it's meant to be the glimpse punish. It's meant to be that overrun.
Yeah, but he can't glimpse unless he has somebody to play with, right? In the Ember.
Yep.
And once again, it happened too late. Another option you had in this game potentially was to try to gank the TA in mid before it was too late. You have an Ember Spirit who has kill potential on that hero with a +1. Oh, that's
and
a good
TA jumps in with a Mel Strike. It will be, in fact, that.
Don't need the dagger if you've got a dagger service. But yeah, maybe you could have ganked mid, Disruptor plus Ember. It's a possible kill. Even Titan Ember is possible. It's not easy, but it could have happened. It's just, again, I'm not saying that if they would have done these moves, they would have necessarily been automatically successful, but anything is better than just bleeding out, right? You know you're losing this top lane. You keep coming back and dying. Your Terrorblade's farming jungle, and you have a support bottom. There's just nothing happening on the map, and Gambit are just, they're going to be so comfortable, right? Like, we're dictating the game, we're choosing what plays happen, we go when we want. They're not doing anything, so...
They're going to try and do it now, so they have Duster's ultimate, so that's something to work with. They just need someone to come in close, and Dream's going to oblige them, jumping in further forward, lock him inside the wall, but now the Chain Frost from FNG, he was waiting in the corner, tries to pull him out, Dream low on life, and they get the dunk. Finally, something goes the way of Furia. And Duster barely survives thanks to the stick charges.
That's a big kill. 700 gold for
NSR.
Axe. That's not bad. It's the start of something good. Oh, Rodeo. He actually has the backline, but he's in a sentry. They know he's there.
Yep. Charge low.
They're kind of trying
Here's
to
the extra TP. They realize Sentry Ward, FNG pulling him back in. GPK is waiting for the right jump in. NSR's already got the call off. They just need that extra hold to come in. Now the GA from Charge gives the extra life. And where is your damage now? Furia, they know it doesn't exist. Just like their 3 heroes on top lane.
Tia has blinked that, so minute 14.
Radiant's top tower.
Total free game.
Well, they're going to take all tier 1 towers in the first 15 minutes. This will probably also look to them taking all the bounty runes as well. And I like this from Tiny everywhere. Everywhere I need to be on this heat map.
Yep, it's been moving a lot. Been a little bit more in the mid lane, as you can see. Making a couple of plays there.
I see farming in the back lines. That's all we're going to...
So far in this series, this seems like just a total outclass. I don't think, if this were 2 more even teams playing, I don't feel like the Radiance draft is this weak, that it just doesn't have a chance. But it's very tempo driven. You need to find the right place and make them very quickly. Oh boy.
God. Axe is not a man. Not in this case.
Times are rough, man.
And that it is. And even Ember Spirit. Murdoch. Hopefully that defensive spirit's gonna be ready to go. And, yep, there it is. No, trying to wait for him. GPK moved up looking for it. And they just want to remove this last remaining outer tower, really make it impossible to get to the outpost. Even though FURIA, I think they're trying to cap that bottom one at the moment.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's middle
The chase is on. Heiko in the trees. Gets the stomp out. Observer Ward sees him. Can throw a fresh spirit, but Dream pounces forward. First hit on the bash. He'll take it. Glimpse. Creates a little bit of space. Dust is going to arrive. And maybe now's the time to try and fight. The Storm is down. Same with the wall. Dream. He's going to get locked in here, but the Chain Frost. He can't move away. He's going to bounce out to Dust, but NSR's still going to end up falling. And where's the extra health going to come from? Dust still gets hit by the Chain Frost, so he's low on life. So is Heiko.
It
That would have been potential kills there for Elder Titan if he had his ultimate skilled, but...
Look at him! Look, Gambit, no! Gambit, no! Here's a tip! Here's a tip! Team fight!
is under attack.
Gambit are just wondering where Rodeo is.
Radiant's middle tower.
Let's go, Rodeo, stay away.
Well, the tier 3 towers are being attacked.
Fortified.
Like, Observer's just like, we're now on Terracam.
Honestly, though, compared to the first game, I feel like Terrorblade's game is just kind of more hopeless, you know? If his teammates aren't making this work, what can you really do here as a Terrorblade? He tried to make one move, he got caught by Sentry Ward and got burst by Tiny. You know, it happens, but... in the first game, we were criticizing him quite a lot for not showing up when he was super big. In this game, he hasn't reached the point yet. Like, his hero just isn't good yet. And
But is this more like I always feel whenever okay, goodbye Duster. Maybe Excess Vampire's in a little bit too deep as well. NSR ready to try and fight the call, try and drag Vampire back, but with Dream arriving, he doesn't want to be involved in this. The Slider Fist Searing Chains, unable to connect, and also no Chain Frost up now. Dream just enraging. Man, that's deep. That may be a little bit too deep. Ember's able to get away, controlling the back lines of Gambit. Okay, maybe it wasn't too deep. Dream does not care. Yeah, but what I want to say, like when I see a team come in to this competition, you know they're the underdogs. I don't think anyone was coming in here saying FURIA is going to be the most amazing team we've ever seen. But they normally come in with a crazy ass plan. I always like I give a lot of props to Ambagessa when they played in that style out of Minor. They arrived and they came and said, "This is what we're going to do. It's around this one hero. This is how we're going to do it. Here's the timing to attack." And they had a proper plan, but I'm scratching my head to try and find out what the plan was coming into this.
I agree 100%. I think these South American teams that have recently in the tournaments we've seen getting better and better placements in minors, and even some decent placement in majors. The old Pain, I believe, got a top 8 once. It was mainly off the back of, we don't care, let's go. We're just going to run at you, we're going to fight you, and we're going to try to outplay you on just playing reckless, high-tempo Dota. And they just seem so afraid in these two games. There's nothing.
Maybe it's also that matchup. Lucky to get away for the Ember Spirit. Oh, Excess Vampire just jumps. It's like, hey, can we find one? Yep, I found Heiko. Drag him back. The wall is up, so there's some decent damage coming into Gambit, but they can tank through this. ET will also just buy back. This is the defense. Blink Dagger for Axe. Ready to rock and rumble. They could just get a little bit of control. There's the blink call. They found Sharshlo. Terrorblade now going to work. They're able to actually get the storm down, so Sharshlo cannot get that GA off. No protection against the Terrorblade, and now with a glimpse, they want to get GPK, but what have they really got? You've got the Aegis Immortal to get through. Murdoch's losing his life way too quickly. The Ember got caught. Is he going to buy back as Dream continues to kill off one support, moving towards the next one, while NSR try to jump into the back lines, and he'll also go down to GPK. Dream, low on life. Can they bring him back? Is anything in range? No.
Well, that was, but it wasn't enough.
Couldn't Searing Chain, couldn't control. So what you got an Omni Knight, but it also feels like Gambit are just kind of screwing around a bit. Like they're coming underneath the 3 towers, and they're just...
That was just...
They're playing the type of Dota you were asking like the South American teams to play, or have played.
Well, if the South American teams were playing like this, that would be a lot better. But they're not playing like this right now.
Not in this game, not in this series.
Gambit have just hands down been completely destroying them. That's very ambitious of Heiko. He wanted to get the bounty rune, but Gambit are on the ball. Already there. Duster will try for the other one. Looks like he will at least be successful and get out of the smoke, but it's such a minor victory.
Yeah. Well, even for an item like an Ember Spirit getting a Shiva's Guard, like that.
It's
also
really good this game, but
it also feels like he just doesn't have any damage. He doesn't bring anything to the fight. Like, he can sustain for a bit.
Yeah.
But then he needs to be the controlling factor. And then again, there's more pressure on Rodeo to dish out more and more damage on the Terrorblade.
I think what you needed to do in this game as Ember is...
Oh, this might at least be good. An isolated Shashlo, Blink, Call, Duster, holding his combination for as long as he possibly can. This will be the second death of Shashlo in the space of 2 minutes. And now Chain Frost, Gambit, they've arrived. Excess Vampire quickly killing off Duster. Remember, they've already blown their combination, and Omnight will just buy back into the game. NS aren't able to hide in the tree lines long enough to TP out to Blink away, but he can't TP out. That only went for the Terrorblade. Now NSR will go down. GPK brings all the damage required for Gambit to find the kill.
I think Shashlo, good bait. Yeah. No, but you're absolutely right. I think he's going to survive this, but Ember needs to go Maelstrom this game, I think. He needs to play more active, snowball from kills, and then get a damage item so he can try to play more aggressive for his team. This is a very defensive approach, right? Going for a plate mail first is almost like admitting defeat. That's a...
Yeah.
That's a big lead.
That's 100%.
Yep.
That is 100%. Never in the history of Dota Plus has a team come back from this deficit. Murdoch, he's just standing on him. I don't know what he wants to really achieve here.
Did he sell all his items and buy a Shadow Blade?
I don't know. I think he got an Invis Rune out of the river and had it in his bottle. Like, this is, yeah, it was an Invis Rune. Just flamed up. Now, Excess Vampire. It's the Avalanche, causing some problems for Murdoch, and it's not able to get the call, but this is the case, pulling Murdoch down. He needs to get himself out. He's able to spirit away, but Dream killing off Duster. There goes your AoE control. And Gambit, they do not have to leave this home. It really does belong to them. And this looks like it's going to be a very quick series.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And this is really spelling problems. Because now FURIA, they have to play up against Nigma in the next series. Like, they have to play back-to-back series after really not having a grasp on this series.
You gotta hope that they have learned something from this so they can have a better showing against Nigma.
Yeah, give him some time. Oh, and that's odd. At least he's able to get the call off. Dreams confronted the Tier 4 towers. GPK just assassinating the Axe. Murdoch down as well. And this really is the game. You may as well type in those 2 little G's. Gambit may be a little bit more safe about it. They're going to go for the Megas. There's no bottom lane towers at all, so nothing stops them from getting the Mega creeps up and running. And even a smoke from FURIA. What's the target? Excess Vampire? That's not a target. And GA is up, so there is no target. They don't have the damage. Terrorblade can't do anything. He'll finish in SMY.
There it is. Let's go.
Let's do this.
No Ember.
Last roll of the dice. Begin the mirror. It's only really over on Dream. GPK's taking the racks. Meanwhile, a 3-man Avalanche. It's Vampire, sorry, from the tree lines. Goodbye, Duster. Goodbye, Control. Both of the AoE controls. Perfect target selection from Gambit. Heiko, well, there's the stun he did his own team. All right, we're just having some shits and giggles now. This is game. GG. This is, there is no more to be had here. The Megas are already up. We got Ghost sitting inside the fountain. Meme hammers are dropping. And Gambit have the victory. 2-0. Very convincing. But also, it doesn't feel like they were properly tried and tested.